only when we truly know and understand we have limited time on earth, and we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we have. "20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. To those who stay put, the world is but an imaginary place. But to the movers, the makers, and the shakers, the world is all around, an endless invitation. So the only question left to ask yourself is, where should you go now?"
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you may be around the world. Ali Midawi here, live with you in a brand new installment of Yup Daily. And today I'm going to talk to you about how you can close business like a boss. That's right. Many people love to have more business closed, and it's only appropriate because in our company, in our entrepreneurial community, the Young Entrepreneur Project, our fiscal week usually ends on Thursday. Therefore, for those of you who are within our community, this is definitely something you're going to consider, want to leverage and use for today. But let me know where you're chiming in from. Let me know if you are live or in the broadcast session. I got to adjust this lighting a little bit here. I'm so excited. If you are new to the concept of YEP or YEP or the Young Entrepreneur Project, we help people start, grow, or scale a business, or you can build your book of business of clientele, or even build a sales force in multiple verticals and industries and brands that we have within the community as well. Now that we are in here, how many of you, and let me know in the chat or in the comments, have been in the business community? And one of the things that you struggled with has been or is the idea of closing business. And I ask this for a specific reason. And the specific reason is you should never close your own business. I'm going to share with you what I am personally doing, okay? Now, there's a million ways to $1 million. Plenty of people have had and created success in different ways from different elements with different strategies. I'm going to share with you mine, right? And you may say, well, what qualifies you to teach me, Ali? Well, I've had the opportunity and the privilege to lead and be the global master trainer of this entrepreneurial community that happens to be in 6 continents. And we've developed a very, very successful growth over the last 2 plus years. And I think you may want to consider taking a listen. If we grew in 6 continents and we're generating some serious revenue, this may help you out a little bit. Plus, it's complimentary information. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, here we go. So first things first, why do I say you should never close business for yourself? If you are the introductory party of your business, it's going to be very hard for the individual that you're talking to, unless you are already an established person of influence, to close business, because that person is seeing you as the introductory point, and therefore you're going to need someone else outside of you and something else outside of what you are presenting to validate and raise value and take that person from, okay, nice to meet you and good to know this information, to, wow, I am so excited about this information and definitely want to work with you. So in my case, I don't close my own business. I just introduce individuals. The system that I use is ATM. I add people in a group, I tag them on a video, and then I create a messenger conversation with a third party that I feel is the most qualified person to interact with that individual. And then I let the person himself or herself go and do close business for me. Now, if you happen to be the person who closed business, how you doing? Now you're the person that I'm going to talk to. So if you're the person who does three-way calls for your teams, you're the person who does the closing conversations, does the presentations, the compensation plan trainings, congratulations, you are a leader. And as a leader, you have to have a certain posture in order to close business. And I'm going to again share with you what I do when I'm closing business for other individuals. So very first thing is never assume anyone is going to say yes or going to say no. Just be within the system, within the program. Just be neutral. That way, you are not coming across aggressive. You're having essentially your emotional intelligence in check. So here is the way my conversations will flow. Now, this is assuming somebody already looked at the information, and now we are just doing a follow up to validate and educate. And here's how it goes. So, John Doe, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming back on round two. And I'm looking forward to helping you make an educated business decision. So, what did I set up as the expectations? I'm looking forward to helping you make an educated business decision. I didn't say I'm looking forward to getting you to buy a package or buy products or become a customer or spend money. I said, I'm here looking forward to helping you make an educated business decision. That educated business decision may even be no, thank you. Not today, not right now. And that's okay. Timing is everything in people's lives. There are people who you may think they are perfect, they are open-minded, they have a great personality, and they have a network. But if the timing isn't right in their lives right now as we speak, it doesn't matter how great your business opportunity is. What you are to do is respect them, love them anyways, let them shine in their gift in whatever that may be, even if it does not benefit you, and the relationship stays on. And when they're ready, they will come back. I give you my word on that. I've built a fortress on this very same principle. Don't get aggressive and try to push people. Love them and meet them where they are at. Again, I'm looking forward to helping you making an educated business decision. So here's the first question to follow up with that. So tell me a little bit about, based on what you saw, what got you the most excited? See, I didn't say what do you think. I said what got you the most excited. I'm looking forward to that one thing that the person really connected or resonated with, right? So what got you the most excited? Now, please, I say this with love, but shut up. Stop interrupting people. Stop trying to feed people what you want them to say. Just ask a question. Stop talking. Let them tell you, well, I actually was very, very impressed with the leadership of the company, or I love the compensation plan, or my goodness, the vertical about financial literacy is just the thing that got me really, really losing sleep last night. Awesome. Me too. That's actually what got me excited. And be genuine. Don't just say me too because it is me too. Like you're just using a technique. If it's not something that got you the most excited, at first I wasn't really like looking forward to it. But as I got to learn more about it, I started losing sleep over it too. See, now you're being genuine, you're being authentic, you're being honest, and you're not using a finagle strategic way just to manipulate people's emotions. But in truth and reality, what you are doing is you're giving the individual the ability to have a dialogue. So now we are in the same frequency. Me too. Now, double down on your question. Why was that the most exciting piece for you? See, now I really, really want to know deeper why you said that was the most exciting thing, because people will speak always from the surface, but if I get to the deeper side of the conversation, I'll be able to help the individual to make a better educated decision. So let's just move on with the financial literacy. Why was that the most exciting piece for you, or why is that a piece that you feel like is important to you? And the individual will tell you, well, to be honest with you, I always wanted to make more money with my money. I always wanted to learn about trading. I always wanted to be an investor. My wife and I always talked about retirement, whatever that conversation may be. Well, that's awesome. That makes total sense. And I see why it is something that got you the most excited. I'm curious, out of the different ways that you saw an entry point for you into that program, what would make the most sense for you to get started with when and if you are ready to get started, and at what budget point? Now, what am I doing? I'm already closing. I'm trying to get the person to pick the price point and the package they want to purchase instead of me trying to push them. Now, don't get me wrong. I will give them my perspective and my feedback as to why I think they should do one versus the other. But again, I want to have an idea where their head is at. So I am not the one who's pushing them. They're making an educated business decision. So when the person would tell me, for example, well, I feel like the middle package, the $447 package or the 400 and 500, whatever it may be, right? The middle package would make the most sense for me. Totally get it. And do you know what that package actually provides versus the others, or do I need to reiterate for you? Again, the reason I'm asking that question is because I want them to not make a budget driven decision, but a value driven conversation or decision, right? So, most of the time when I ask that, because again, these are prospects, they're not already married to the business. When I ask, they're like, it'd be good if you can just kind of give me a refresher. Okay, well, let me give you the difference between that one and the bigger package, and why one has a certain value over the other. And I go again and I re-educate. This one has, this one has, this one has, this one has, which is great and a great start for you. But if you could pull it off, here's why I think this would be the most valuable. It has this and plus that and plus this and plus that and plus this. I'm reiterating that you may want to consider it, assuming the budget allows you to do so, because I never want to judge people or make them feel like they're less valuable just because they might not have the budget to get started in a specific business line today. So once we do so, I'll ask again. So based on this last piece that I educated on, do you still see yourself moving forward with the middle package, or would you consider to go with the most valuable package? Again, I'm giving the person the ability to choose. I'm not forcing them. See, there's a reason when you go to McDonald's, they say large, medium, or small. They don't ask you, like, do you want soda? They say large, medium, or small. They automatically assume you're going to have it, but they just give you the power to choose. And when you have the power to choose, you usually choose. So that's how it works. So when I give the individual the ability to choose, sometimes, or I would say most of the times, they will be more leaning towards, you know what? I'd actually, now that you explain it that way, I think I can pull off and move forward with the higher package. Awesome. Let me help you all get started. Not call me tomorrow or here's my link and let me know when. Let's get you started. Hey, let's jump on a Zoom right now. Hey, I'm going to let John Smith, that's with you on right now. I'm going to assign him co-host, and he's going to walk you through the actual enrollment right now. We're not dropping. Most of us would literally just let the prospect walk as soon as they said, yeah, sure, I'm ready to get started. Okay, well, I'll send you my link. Let me know when you're in. What? No. When you go to buy a car and you say, okay, I'm ready. I like the price. I like the monthly payment. I'm ready to buy. The car salesman doesn't say, okay, I'll send you a link. Come back tomorrow to sign and put the down payment. No. All right, cool. How do you spell your first name again? They start writing, right? So you got to close business right away when the individual says, yes, this is the package that I want to move forward with. So when you do move forward with that package, enroll them right away. Now, here's the thing. At times, when the person's like, yes, I get it, I like it, I want it, I'm ready to go with it, and then all of a sudden you'll say, okay, great, well, let's go ahead and get you started. They'll say something like, well, not just yet. Now, that what happened is the person is 99%, and there's that 1% limited belief. My wife will be mad at me if I do this by myself, whatever it may be, right? That I'm speaking like that would be me, for example, right? And then what would end up happening is I would ask, oh, gosh, heavens me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. What did I do wrong? What did I miss? Because I thought we were ready to get started. Or heavens me, I'm sorry that I assumed you were ready to go. Was there something else that was unclear for you? And then I'll give them the opportunity. Well, to be honest with you, I can definitely pull this off, but I got to wait until Friday until I get paid. Oh, okay, well, dude, that makes total sense. There are two things that we can do right now. Number one, we can start you at a smaller package and we can set up an appointment and Friday upgrade you. At least you don't miss out on the actual spot that I'm going to hook you up with, because between now and Friday, you have no idea how many other people can get started. Or we can set up the appointment on Friday if it is important for you to just wait until Friday and not make any investment right now. Either way, I respect you and I want to meet you wherever you are. I don't want the person to feel like I'm pushing them, because by nature, the law of pushing, when you push, there's a force that is pushing back against you. So I don't want the person after I drop the Zoom to be like, man, I wish I didn't do it right now. The doubt already is embedded in their head. I don't want to do that. Now, again, there's a million ways to $1 million. You do you, boo. If what you're doing is making you 7 figures, right on. If you want to know how this guy's making 7 figures, I'm sharing it with you right now. It is all about me collaborating with the prospect and making the prospect understand me and you are on the same side of the table. This isn't a negotiation. I'm sitting with you and walking you through a process so you can have the best situations for yourself, so you can actually win for yourself. Okay. So by default, you're going to be able to move that person forward. If for whatever reason they pull back, again, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to assume. Was there something else that was unclear, or should I have assumed that you weren't ready? I apologize. No, no need to apologize. Well, tell me what is it and figure it out. And then they may say things like, my only thing is I am afraid because I've been part of network marketing before and I got taken advantage of. Oh my goodness. Tell me more about that. What happened? Again, I go back and I reiterate. What is it? What happened? Dig a little bit deeper. Well, let me address some of that for you and why I totally understand where you're coming from. I went through the same exact thing 3 times to the point where I quit network marketing. I was like, I'm never going back to this thing. And I was just coaching, training, and educating. But let me share with you what actually changed and why I made a decision to embark back into the community. So on and so forth, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So based on this information, how would you like to move forward? Do we still want to go with the same medium package? Do we want to still start smaller maybe and set up a follow-up appointment? Do you still want to go with the bigger or most valuable package right now? What makes the most sense for you? And I let the person make the decision. See, when the person makes a decision, you're an advisor and a consultant. They respect you a lot more. When you're pushing the person to make a decision, you're a sleazy salesperson, and they may feel intimidated by you and they may sign up, but they're not. You're starting them with a limited belief that I don't want to put my friends and family through the feeling that I just gone through. So by default, they're not reaching out to anybody. And you're wondering, why is that person not building a business? So how you do anything is how you do everything. Whatever you do with a prospect, the moment they signed up, 70% of the job, 70% of training is done. They will repeat everything that you've done. So by default, you are setting them up to a big start or total failure. So this is why you, the leader, need to educate and teach your team members. You, as me, I don't do my own closing for my own prospects. I let someone else do it for me. And sometimes people who just started, I have Alex Babliakis doing my 3-way calls. God's honest truth. He just started a month and a half ago, right? I have Gina Eason, who I'm mentoring, do 3-way calls for me and help me close my prospects, because I understand the human element, that person is going to do what I do. So if I'm the one who prospects, presents, and close that person is going to try to do the same thing with their very next prospect. And if they don't have the 14 years experience, knowledge, wisdom, confidence that I've built over the past 14 years, I set them up to fail. Does that make sense, or does that make sense? And please be honest. Pick one of the two. Does that make sense, or does that make sense? Because I would love to give you a choice. I'm glad it does make sense for you. So it is the end of our fiscal week today. We have an incredible webinar that is ahead of us tonight. For those of you who want to learn how to start, grow, or scale a business, or build your book of business of clientele in different industries and verticals, and or mentor others and build a sales force, and or have the ability to become an influencer and a speaker and a trader and a coach, and or having the ability to become a part of a publicly traded company and having shares and stocks, well, meet us tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to be on drivenzoom.com. That is drivenzoom.com at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be teaching and showing you exactly how we are working with our community each and every day, so they too can achieve their dreams, their milestones, and their goals. Until then, I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Have a blessed day, everybody.